I'm Adam Anschel for Pro Football Weekly, joined by PFW draft analyst Nolan Nawrocki as we check out Nolan's mock draft picks 21 through 25, and Nolan with the 21st pick are the Kansas City Chiefs. An impressive season last year, I think surprised a lot of people by making the playoffs. Now to build on that, what do they do?
Well, Adam, the one thing they really struggled to do in the playoffs was protect Matt Castle. I think Baltimore was able to get to him too cleanly. I could see him going with a tackle at this spot. You know, Gabe CARIMI from Wisconsin could play guard or tackle. He's got that versatility. He's smart. He's the type of player that Scott Pioli, the GM, tends to like early in the draft. So he's a guy that they can go with. They can also look at some receivers. I think they need some more playmakers on that offense. So they can go either way, but they got to find some more support from Matt Castle.
I think they certainly have the ground game. Obviously, whatever they can do to try and help through the air would be a big plus. At 22 are the Indianapolis Colts. We know a ton of injuries last year. Probably could build some depth at different positions. Which way do you see them going?
We could see tackles come off back-to-back here with Colorado left tackle Nate Solder following up after CARIMI. Bill Polian, the GM, came out on record and said he was somewhat regretted the decision to pass on Indiana left tackle Roger Saffold last year. So I could see them trying to address the offensive line. It's been a very weak unit. You look at that group overall, and Peyton Manning's concealed a lot of their shortcomings. You know, he's got such a rapid-fire brain. He gets rid of the ball so quickly that they don't have to protect for very long. So, you know, they can definitely upgrade that offensive line.
Yeah, I think finding ways to protect Peyton Manning, never a bad idea. We move on to the 23rd pick, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. We know they had kind of an interesting change there. Their offensive line coach becoming defensive coordinator. Do you think that's the direction they go?
I think they'd like to find some more help for Juan Castillo. Brandon Harris from Miami is a big physical cornerback, really fits what they do. He can provide that help in the nickel position where I think they struggled last season. They had two solid corners, but they need that extra help, and I think Brandon Harris is the type of guy that can do it for them.
Yeah, certainly the defense was an issue late in the season. Number 24, the New Orleans Saints, just a year removed from winning the Super Bowl. They had that disappointing loss in Seattle last year. The defense kind of let them down. The offense still putting up points. Think they go defense?
Yeah, Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, needs to find some more ways to create pressure up front, and Aldon Smith is the kind of guy that could bring it. He's only a third-year player, loaded with upside, maybe the best pure pass rusher in the draft. And I think he would be a great fit for New Orleans.
Yeah, he's a physical freak, it seems like. He certainly finds a way to get to the quarterback. At number 25, the Seattle Seahawks, the team that upset the Saints, but still just 7-9 this year. Pretty disappointing season, but even though they did make the playoffs, an aging quarterback at Matt Hasselbeck, is that where they go?
Yeah, they got lucky in the playoffs, and I think they can get lucky again in the draft here. Jake Locker has a chance to slide to the back of the first round. We saw John Schneider when he was in Green Bay, the general manager. He was part of that group in Green Bay that was lucky enough to get Aaron Rodgers. You know, he could be sitting there with his hands wide open. Pete Carroll loved, when you go back to his days at USC, he really loved the quarterback, Jake Locker. You know, he beat USC twice in his career. So from that standpoint, I think there are a lot of reasons why Locker could look awfully attractive to Seattle.
I think Seahawk fans would be excited to see their hometown boy come back and playing for the Seahawks. We appreciate it. Nolan will check back with you in for the rest of the mock draft. And for all the best draft information, be sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.